This is Maddie. What's up?
Yeah.
Good morning, YouTube. Happy Monday. My name is Maddie. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for showing up here and for clicking on this video. You are watching week 3 of my Road to Pro. We are 6 weeks out. I lose track, guys, but it's December 7th and 8th. I try to not focus too much on the date. From NPC Nationals in Irving, Texas, and this is my 3rd week of prep. We're doing a really quick prep this go around. I switched coaches this season. Just got done at the Stairmaster. That's why I'm so burnt out. Probably shouldn't have opened up this video like this. But if you're new here, my name's Maddie. I'm an NPC bikini competitor. I am a lifestyle coach and contest prep coach. My team name is Team Empowered Fitness, and the link is always down below for you guys to submit a coaching inquiry. So without further ado, let's talk about today. Let's talk about this morning and kind of what's been going on. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have been getting in my head like nobody's business. I thought that this prep is going to be one of those where you just kind of pull trigger and just go and trust the process. And I'm struggling, like really struggling to just trust the process, lean into protocols. And so I'm really just taking this day by day, cardio session by cardio session, meal by meal, workout by workout. I have developed some key habits and just kind of non-negotiable things that I do every single prep, and I've learned these things through trial and error. And one of those is you're never really going to feel, especially as prep goes on, like getting up in the morning and going to train, or getting up in the morning and going to do your cardio. So I show up whether I want to be there or not. This morning was a not day. I got up, I took check-in pictures, truly wasn't super happy about them. I got in there, did my workout, let my workout kick my ass. I woke up late. It's already 10:15. Usually I'm at the gym an hour earlier than I was this morning, but I had to take check-in pictures, take check-in videos. And then I had to eat breakfast, get to the gym, and I realized that today was leg day and I had a lot less time than usual. So one of the ways for you to, and it helps me, to speed up your workout and also not really give your brain time to register like the brutality of your workout, is to superset or triset things. Guys, you don't need to be prescribed supersets to superset your exercises. Like today, I would set up my second exercise in between my sets for the first. So example was I had B stance hip thrust, and when I was doing my rest breaks for the B stance hip thrust, the next exercise was deficit lunges on a plate. So I'd set up the plate, I'd get the dumbbell out. That way that exercise was already set up for me. So it just sped up the workout so much more. If I didn't have an exercise to set up, I would go do laps around the gym, right? Get ahead on my steps. So there's a lot of ways to skin the cat of getting your workout done, getting your steps in, and decreasing the amount of time that your workout takes without decreasing the efficacy and the challenge of it. In fact, this makes it more challenging. So after that, I had some messages from my clients that were in my inbox from the weekend. So I got on the Stairmaster and started replying to those. If you're a full-time working person, the Stairmaster is a great time to catch up on texts and emails. So you're not doing those things throughout the day, and it's a way to kind of multitask efficiently. You're not as focused on the cardio, you're not as focused on the Stairmaster, and instead you're focused on your clients or your work. So tomorrow is check-in day. I will finish my check-in form tonight, submit my pictures and videos tomorrow. And for now, we're gonna go home. I have so much to do, but I'm grateful. Grateful. All right, gonna go head home, take this sweaty body home, hydrate, and eat a meal.
I hear you breathe, that healthy breath. I know it's all of you that I get. One bedroom flat, I lock the door and put that photo of her on the floor. Been here for hours, it's getting dark, and we did everything and nothing at all. And I should leave, 'cause this is bad. Your hands make up for the love we don't have. Baby, we're wasting our youth. Down in the abyss with you.
All right, so I'm back home and I'm making my post-workout meal. But y'all know how when you're in prep, you find like the weirdest freaking food combinations that are just something, they hit you in the soul, right? Well, I have one for you. So I'm air frying my broccoli and cauliflower right now, but I just air fried sweet potatoes and I have my already cooked and made air fried cod. And that's what's in here. Now I topped it with almond butter. I'll get this almond butter. The RX nut butter. It's got 1 egg white, 18 almonds, a half of a date, and no bullshit. Love it. Put almond butter and red hot honey stinging garlic. This combo with sweet potatoes and fish. I cannot wait to eat this. Oh, let me wipe the sweat off of my phone. Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Tuesday. Today is Halloween and it is check-in day with my coach. There was a guy at the gym wearing like, you know the people that go to like raves and stuff and they wear the like stuffed animal heads? It's like a form of cosplay, I guess. I don't know. It's not my thing, but I was like, what the hell? I guess he had on like a full panda onesie on top of the stuffed animal head. And I'm like, boy, you're gonna have a heart attack. Looked intense, but nonetheless, today was a toughie. All right, so I did train glutes yesterday, so I got up this morning and I retook my check-in pictures, at least from the back, because I wanted to see how the workout was gonna impact my look. And I do think that I look better today, a little bit fuller in my glutes. But I submitted that check-in along with, to be completely frank with you guys, just a lot of negative self-talk. And my coach texted me and was like, can we do an in-person check-in at the Olympia this weekend? And basically said like, have you ever heard of the day one mindset? And the day one mindset is essentially when, you know, you really treat each day as if it's day one of prep. And I talked about this yesterday with you guys before they even said this, is that is the mindset that I'm really taking. You know, it's one morning at a time, one rest at a time, one exercise at a time, one workout, one cardio session, one meal, so on and so forth. But I was like, God, you guys, and I said this, it's exhausting having to coach myself out of this negative headspace every single day. I'm like, when am I just going to snap out of it? But I have done like a opportunity cost analysis, and I always challenge my athletes to do this when they're struggling. And that is, look at the opportunity cost of just throwing in the towel and giving up now. And are you willing to eat that cost? For example, for me, throwing in the towel and giving up now would mean that I might face some regret. Conversely, I might go to this show and the cards might not, you know, align, and it might not be my time, and I may not turn pro. But personally, the opportunity cost of throwing in the towel and not doing it far exceeds the cost of prepping for 5.5 or 6 more weeks and giving it my best shot. I would much rather coach myself mentally, and with the assistance of my coaches for the next few weeks than I would just give up now. So that's kind of where I'm at with everything. But yeah, I'll give you guys an update as soon as I hear back from my coach and any changes to protocols that are going to be made. Today was a doozy though. I'm glad I got, you know, more than 8 hours of sleep. I will share this with you guys because I think it's helpful whether you're starting your fitness journey, whether you're in a fat loss phase, or whether you're in a prep. I think a lot of times we think in our heads that we need to get to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time every day. And certainly, you know, you don't want to be going to bed at 2 and then waking up at 3 p.m. the next day, and then one night going to bed at 7 and waking up at 4 a.m., right? Like, that's a little extreme. But I will say that your body doesn't really know time per se as much as it does benefit from just the full length of sleep. So what I mean by that is I typically go to sleep around 9:30, okay? And I wake up in the morning naturally by 5:30 or 6:30. Now, last night I went to bed at 10:30 and my body naturally woke me up at about 7:30. So I still got 8 hours of sleep. So you don't always need to go to bed at the same time each night, so long as you're more focused on getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Same thing applies for if one night you just get 6 hours, right? And you still need to make up for that sleep debt, essentially, that you incurred. Get it on the weekend or take a 2-hour nap. Like I said, your body knows averages. And so long as you're somehow getting the funds, the sleep funds, the hours from somewhere and depositing them at some point in the week, you're going to get enough time for your body to restore hormones, to recover, to repair, all the things, the important things that happen while you're sleeping. So that's my spiel for today. I went to the gym and trained shoulders, and then I had 20 minutes of HIIT on the treadmill, followed by 10 minutes of moderate intensity steady state. So it's about 11 now. Late start to the day. I got to go eat and then get a head start on check-ins. All right, so as you can see here, I just got my wild pork delivery. I know that they have a wild pork here in Orlando. I believe they have one in Texas and then for sure in Tampa. And this is the best, the cheapest, wild-caught, sustainable protein that you are gonna find. And I wanna show you guys what I got. So, we've got 3 bags of wild-caught cod. This is skinless cod and sustainably caught. And then we have 1 bag of sockeye salmon. In this whole order, there's 1.5 pounds in each bag of cod, and then 1.5 pounds of salmon was $60. And if you guys ever shop for wild caught fish, that's cheap. Now they also have things like lobster, alligator, cooked octopus, venison, ostrich, all the things. But we're just sticking to fish for this week. Hey YouTube, so I've been waist training now for like an hour, and I just went grocery shopping with this mother fricker on, and I can't wait to take it off. Look at that tiny waist. Hello, like a belly dancer. Feels so freaking good to take that baby off. All right, so we just got back from the grocery store. Shocker, I go there 6 times a day, but we have new protocols. So changes to protocols are as follows. No changes to cardio. We are now gonna be carb cycling. So I've been on 200 grams of carbs, 140 protein, 55 fat. So I now have 2 high days. I think it's Tuesday, Saturday of 200 carb, 40 fat, 140 protein, and then 5 low days of 150 carb, 140 protein, 45 or 50 fat. Fats go higher, all right? So that was one change. Change number dose is the protein that I just purchased, this expensive, lovely 100% whey isolate, is now from my diet. So with that being said, I went to the store and I found a few plant-based proteins. I picked up this Truvani peanut butter flavored and a Truvani vanilla. Love the ingredients in these bad boys. Are you ready for it? Pea protein concentrate, peanut flour, vanilla powder, organic pumpkin seed concentrate, monk fruit, chia seed protein, and this one, vanilla. It's got pea protein concentrate, vanilla powder, pumpkin seed concentrate, monk fruit, and chia seed protein concentrate. No soy, no dairy, no stevia, no gums, no emulsifiers, no GMOs, no gluten, no weird ingredients. And that's what we're here for. So we've got both of those. And then I also picked up, I really like the brand Four Sigmatic. They've got some really good adaptogenic things in them. I used to drink their little elixirs when I used to work at a medical office, but love this. So I got the unflavored one just because I add the vanilla extract to my protein anyways. The ingredients in this one are organic palm sugar, coconut palm sugar, organic lucma powder, whatever lucma is, pink Himalayan salt, organic cinnamon powder, and organic monk fruit. It's also got, though, ashwagandha, eleuthero, chaga, cordyceps, reishi, turkey tail, and lion's mane. Love that for us. And this one is particularly the one to help you de-stress. So I figured that would be good in a creamy at night. Not that they were cheap, but I figured it would be good. And then the last one that I picked up is this little Warrior Food vanilla, just to try it. It's 100% plant-based, digestible, concentrated with purified water, hypoallergenic, complete protein powder with enzymes made at low temperatures. But yeah, I looked at the ingredients on this. Because it's a little mini bottle, they don't have the ingredients on this one, but it was all clean as well. So I'll let you know the verdict on that and what works with the creamy and what doesn't. But I just picked up some usual staples, my Zevia sodas. So I got strawberry and grape. And then I picked up some PB2 to try that in the Truvani protein. And then per usual, I really love, let me see if I have all the different flavors. These little fermented teas, they've got kava in them. And I will put a little bit of stevia and drink them throughout the day. They're 0-cal, and the brand is Body IQ. So I picked up a few of those, and then per usual, I got my Cocoa Yos. I got the cacao flavor, I got peach nectarine, and raspberry. I didn't find the mango this week, which I was kind of sad about. And then last but not least, I picked up this Skyr yogurt. Now, this does have reduced fat, ultra filtered milk, but it doesn't have any sort of gums in it. It does have milk, but it doesn't have lactose, and it's got good probiotics in it. So I figured I would try it. Macros on this are 3 fat, 8 carb, 18 protein. And that wraps up the haul. I do have a package downstairs. My Slim Tum for cardio is supposed to be arriving today. So I'll just kind of wait for that. I'm going to go get some steps in and probably just wrap up my day. I do have I've been using this Melinda's black truffle hot sauce. And sometimes it's hard to find at Walmart. So I got a package with like 6 of them that I ordered from a health food store, and that came in. So I have to go downstairs and pick that up. But that wraps up today and all the changes. Tomorrow I will be going to the Hyatt to go meet up with Jamie and Greg. We're gonna do an in-person check-in. They're here for the Amateur Olympia and for the Olympia, obviously. So yeah, we'll see what the rest of the week has in store. Okay, YouTube, we're back from the store, part 2. Well, not the store, but my walk. And we have some packages. So I always like to get a little walk-in before dinner. You know, even if it's like, I took a 20-minute walk just now. And I got quite a bit of steps. So that was great. Wow, they packaged this up so nicely. Guys, you're not gonna believe what I ordered. I already talked about this, but I got these from, I think it's called Happy Grocery or something like that. But we have got ourselves 6 Melinda's truffle sauces. If you guys are a fan of Truff, their truffle hot sauce is very expensive, but this is the cheapo brand of it. Even if you're tracking things like hot sauces, guys, please, if you're in prep, you need to be food scaling that out, because there is less than 1 gram of carb in 5 milliliters. The likelihood that you're having just 5 milliliters is so small. So if you're having 20 or 30 milliliters, that could easily be 4 or 5 grams of carbs. Hence, when you're in a prep or in a dieting phase, that's the shit that you need to be tracking. All right, so right now I wear a Squeeze Me Skinny. That's my waist trainer that I use, but I did get a Slim Tum, and this is the Slim Tum Aero. I got a size 3, and I'm not really sure how to wear it, but this thing looks thick. All right, it looks dense. Well, let's see. I think it goes like that. And then this part oh, whoa. She gonna get cinched. Goes like that. Now you have a waist trainer and a lifting belt to support your apparatus, okay? So, I like this. It actually feels really comfortable. It's more comfortable than my corset one, which is what I wanted for the gym. Waist trainers are not necessary, okay, but they're gonna help you to not recruit your obliques. And remember, in the bikini division, we don't want chiseled abs. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for a nice hourglass figure, a tight core, but not that abdominal definition. So that's why we waist train. So I'll be wearing this in my lifts from now on. Bye-bye, lifting belt. Love it. Hope you guys enjoyed this little extra segment tonight. It is now 6:30. I've got some Instagram DMs to respond to. And then I'm going to shower and plan out my macros for tomorrow. If you are one of my clients and you are watching this, this is your sign to stop this video here and pre-track your food, please. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So I am just sitting here and I am watching Behind the Bikini. This is their 10th episode, Don't Be a Bikini Bitch, with Sean and Jordan. And you guys, excuse this heinous look, but I just have to say, these episodes come in at the most opportune times. Like, I feel like the stuff that they preach about and the stuff they discuss each week is literally whatever I'm going through and I'm struggling. And they're currently talking on this episode about how sometimes we hear feedback from judges, i.e. my feedback was to come in fuller with more muscle, more density, meaning the scale's gonna go up. And we really struggle because our frame of reference is from previous preps, right? Like what I consider to be stage ready is a lot lighter than what I'm going to be coming in at now. And you've seen it. I mean, Maureen is coming in 2-3 kilograms heavier for the Olympia. And on that small frame, that's a lot of density. Jordan just talked about how she was like 116 and she's 119, 120 going into the Olympia this year. They want bigger girls, but specifically, you know, our job is to continue to improve, right? Yes, we all want to win, but it's also to take the feedback that we've gotten from judges, apply it, and show up at our next show with that feedback, you know, in place and having followed through there. So it's just refreshing to hear that even these girls, you know, Sean has been competing for a decade. She still goes through it. She was talking about how Jamie, we have the same coach, was saying, all right, so we're going to get you conditioned and then we're going to feed you up into the show. And she was saying like, but I'm not ready. Like I'm not ready. Jordan said that she almost pulled out of Hurricane. She called Jamie and Jamie said, no, we're doing the show. You're not pulling out. So it all just goes to say, like, it's reassuring to hear that, you know, girls that have been in this sport for a decade are still going through this, because I think sometimes we wait and think, you know, I've been in this sport now for 3 or 4 years, and we think that one day we're just going to wake up and all of a sudden we're not going to have those fears or those, you know, internal thoughts. And it's just not the case. And that's why we have coaches, great coaches, to be our second set of eyes, our more objective set of eyes. And yeah, I just love this. So if you guys are interested in watching an additional YouTube or podcast, even if you're not a competitor, they just talk about some really key things here on their podcast, but highly suggest Behind the Bikini. And specifically, if you're, you know, coming into this next season and you've gotten some feedback, and maybe that feedback is to grow or add size, it might just be good to kind of look ahead at what you might be able to, you know, mentally prepare yourself for, so you're not going into shows with the, you know, in the headspace that I am, or maybe just kind of helping you get those tools in your toolkit so that you can overcome some of those thoughts, because this is really affirming, it's really reassuring, and just helps me to refocus and think about, okay, so what is the objective? What is the goal? The goal is to be bigger. The goal is to be fuller. And that means a few more pounds. So that may mean that my previous frame of reference for what constitutes readiness is not necessarily the best comparison for me to use. Instead, you know, we always want to go after a look. I'm not necessarily hung up on the scale, but it really does help for me to refocus here on the look and on the objective, what I need to bring to the stage this next show. Okay, so on that thought, while I am cleaning my Ninja Creamy, please, guys, take a sanitize. I spray some cleaner on this, and you have to clean the base of your Ninja Creamy. It gets like junk up there, and that's bacteria that's getting into your body. It's gross. But anyways, I digress. On that tangent, all right, if you're like me, you're on social media. And the beauty in that is that you get to meet some other competitors. You also get to get an idea for maybe who's showing up at your next show. Now, the issue with that is that you may be watching some other competitors who are gonna be at your show, or maybe they're in your height class, and you may be seeing that they are really trying to get lean, or maybe they're eating a ton of carbs, right? And all of a sudden you start thinking to yourself, oh, do I need to be leaner because their objective is to get leaner? Or should I be eating that much? Or should I be cutting fats from my diet? And the answer is, you don't know what their feedback was, right? The judges want to see you as an athlete who they know, who they remember, continuing to get better. If their feedback was that they need to grow, then maybe that's why they're coming in bigger. If their feedback was that they need to be more conditioned, that's why they're working so hard to get lean. So sometimes it also can kind of, you know, comparison is going to be the thief of your joy and of your success in a lot of ways in this sport. So sometimes it does just help to kind of tune out social media and just kind of get off of there, especially scoping out the other girls, even if they're your friends, leading into shows as well. All right, last thing, and then I'm going to bed. Well, I'm eating my Ninja. But if you have not put pink salt in your Ninja Creamy, that is the creamy tip of the week. Add pink Himalayan salt, like just a little bit. But add a little bit of pink salt, you will not regret it. I lied. I'm back. I just have to share this. So they're talking about how growing up, and I can really relate to this, I was always bigger framed. Like in high school, I was always bigger. I was a ballet dancer. I was always more dense. I never had a problem putting on size, putting on muscle. You know, girls are always 100 pounds or less, and I was like 120, 130. I got up to 147, I think, at one point in my life. And it's so funny because if that is you, right, and you kind of feel out of place or uncomfortable, at one point, years and years ago, the bikini division was really going after essentially Hooters girls. Like, that was the criteria. It was small, petite frames, big, you know, voluptuous kahunas, and looking skinny, looking like it was a very unattainable physique. But the bikini division has since changed. And it's so funny because now we're all talking about how we're chasing size. We're not big enough. So it just goes to say, you know, if you are interested in this sport and maybe you're thinking, oh, I can never get small enough, look at some of the girls in the off season. Like, they are big. And the feedback that most girls are getting is not to get smaller, it's to get bigger. And if it is to get smaller, it's to get more conditioned, which is a different scenario. But you can't bring that conditioning. Typically, the less muscle you have, the more conditioned, the more lean you have to get to see that muscle. The more muscle you have, the less lean you actually have to get because you see that muscle underneath. So if you're considering competing and you're thinking you can't get there, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. The link is always down below. I'm a coach. I can help you. But I'm going to finish watching this. It's 8:23 now. And then I have to go to sleep. All right, so it's Wednesday afternoon. Tomorrow is a rest day. I have had a very productive day. I freaking love my job. If you know me, you know that I thrive being a coach. This is like my dream, and living it out is, gosh, just the most fulfilling thing. I work with, excuse me, let me get into my car. I work with some of the most incredible women of all time. Like, the most incredible women. I am so blessed and I am so lucky. But I have like 5,000 steps to get in still. I'm hoping that I could get quite a few in at the Hyatt, where I am headed to now for an in-person check-in with Papa Bear and Mama Bear. But let's keep our fingers crossed because energy has been so far so good, even on these low macros. Maybe I'm not feeling it yet because yesterday I had 200 grams of carbs. Probably will be feeling it on Friday when I have my leg day from hell. But for now, we're not going to focus on the future. We're going to be right here in this day, and I'm going to go check in with them. I brought my tripod, so I will try to film my check-in with them. But let's go have some fun. Hey YouTube, so I didn't get a chance to film any content. I didn't necessarily want to invade the privacy of the other athletes that were in there, as Jamie and Greg had some Olympians that were in the room and just checking in and whatnot. So I always want to be courteous of them. But with that being said, it looks like we're right on track. They were very pleased with you know, where I'm looking compositionally, and the goal right now, my glutes are looking really, really full. So we made a couple tweaks to my posing, just kind of things with like my weight distribution and some stuff with my upper back. As I've expressed on here, I have scoliosis, so I got a crick on my bike, and we just have to kind of make sure that we kind of trick the system there. But nonetheless, we're right on track in where we need to be. So I have really just been working on my mindset from here on out, taking things one day at a time and recognizing that we are bringing a completely different package to stage this time around. So my old frame of reference is no longer applicable, and it's time to love on and embrace this new package that we're going to be bringing. So we're going to be really working and focusing our efforts on my upper body and on my shoulders for the next few weeks. Just continuing to check off my boxes and we'll go from there. But it was really exciting and encouraging just to see them and touch base with them. I have about 4,000 or 5,000 steps to get in, so it's already 6:20. I'm not going to be home till 6:45. Probably not going to get dinner tonight till about 8 or 8:30, which is just bummy, but it happens. You just roll with the punches. Tomorrow is my rest day, so I'll be able to sleep, thank goodness. And yeah, that's all the updates for now, YouTube. I'll talk to you soon. All right, so I am just home from my walk. It was frigid outside. I'm watching Ashley Kay's posing for the Olympia. But tonight I did the vegan protein in here. It looks like it's turning out pretty good. And just putting a quarter of this Hue almond butter milk chocolate bar in here. I do like the ones that's crunchy and has the almonds in it a little bit better, but this will do for tonight. So this is the creamy with the vegan peanut butter protein. Okay, so I do want to reiterate, this vegan protein, it's not like whey in a Ninja Creamy. But if you have to use a vegan protein, or if you prefer to use a vegan protein, this is a really good one. Jamie and Greg were both very surprised by my protein selection skills. And one of the reasons why I like to take out protein from my clients' diet when they've got GI issues or inflammatory issues is that a lot of protein powders, even the vegan ones, they've got xanthan gum, they've got guar gum, they've got sucralose, they've got aspartame, or, you know, just sorts of fillers and emulsifiers and things like that. And that's the stuff that does make for a creamy, right? But it also causes a lot of issues, a lot of gut issues, a lot of inflammation. A lot of it is not even going to be absorbed by your body. So this one, as I reiterated, or as I read the ingredients of last night, it's got 5 ingredients, guys. It's very simple. When I was explaining to them, you know, I could take out the protein, I could have a pita bread or something like that, but you're going to find that the pita bread probably has more ingredients than this. So if you can get your hands on a good quality protein, it can make all the difference in the world. Good morning and happy Friday Eve, YouTube. If you're watching this, it's not Friday Eve anymore, but it is for me. So something that I wanted to touch on today is the importance of rest days and active recovery days. So rest days and active recovery days are going to look a little bit different for somebody that is in a contest prep versus if you're like a lifestyle athlete, maybe. If you're somebody that trains 5 days a week, the way I like to go about rest days and active recovery days is I would say to train 3 days, no more than 3 days consecutively. Take maybe an active recovery day, okay? An active recovery differs from a rest day in that you're not just vegging out on the couch, okay? Maybe you go to the gym and you get on the treadmill and you get some steps in. Maybe you go take a yoga class or like a heated, like you go to Hot Works and you do some type of like heated stretching class. Other options for that would be going to the gym, getting some steps in, getting ahead on cardio, and getting a dimple ball or a foam roller and spending 30 to 45 minutes stretching out your body. Yes, 30 to 45 minutes. It should probably take you just as long as a workout, right? But it's an active recovery day. It's meant to keep your body active while also promoting recovery. And then you would work out for another 2 days, and then you would take like a full veg out day. And the timing of that would coincide with the weekend if you did the 3-day, 1-day rest, 2-day, 1-day full rest. Now, if you are in prep and you're somebody like me who trains 6 days a week, I get 1 day for active recovery. And I use that 1 day to go to the gym, maybe get ahead on cardio if I have some more energy, and I will spend a full 45 minutes foam rolling, stretching out my body, making sure that I'm breaking up all of that tight fascia. I am getting all those adhesions out. I'm preparing my body for the rest of the week and promoting recovery. super, super important that you prioritize these things. I just had a conversation with one of my girlfriends at the gym, and she was like, I just really struggle with taking a rest day because, you know, on the weekend, it's easy for me to just veg out for the day. But during the week, it throws me off my routine. And I was like, you need an active recovery day, right? You can go to the gym. You can still make it a gym day. In fact, for me, my routine doesn't change at all when I have an active recovery day. I go to the gym and I'm more likely to actually stretch, to actually foam roll when I make a whole event out of it, just like I would a workout. So I bring my foam roller. I bring my, where is it? I got to prove it to you. I bring my dimple ball and I get on the Stairmaster. I do my HIIT cardio, whatever I need to do. I get off. And then I set a timer on my phone, and I will literally spend 30 or 40 minutes. Today was about 40, just foam rolling, stretching out my body. And let me tell you, it hurts like a biatch. And if I was home, I probably would not do it. So this is a really good way to hold yourself accountable, to stay on your routine, to not allow, you know, one day break to kind of throw you off, but also to do your body a favor. We need that rest, whether you're a lifestyle athlete or a competitor. But speaking of rest and HIIT cardio, I got to the gym today, and I've actually had this happen to me just one other time when I just got back into running. And I remember feeling like this sharp pain in the arch of my foot. And I just like pushed through it. I was like, oh, I'm probably fatigued from, you know, I'm on my 3rd mile. And I literally could not walk. Like for 2 weeks straight, I went to the orthopedic doctor. They gave me a boot. They were like wanting to do MRIs and stuff. Like it was really intense. And I literally could not walk. And I did my first sprint today on the treadmill, and I felt that. And I know that I've been running in on clouds, like the running ones. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. They have really good arch support, but I don't know. I didn't want to risk it. I felt this pain that felt all too familiar. And so I got on the Stairmaster and did my HIIT, and then immediately texted my coach, and they pulled my HIIT and said, let's just keep it at miss for now. Let's try to drop some inflammation, and, you know, just, it'll also help you to preserve some energy. So we're going to go ahead and just follow protocols, right? That's what they're telling me to do. I'm not going to push myself beyond what I need to do. I did finish the HIIT for today, but we don't have HIIT now. So we're just going back to moderate intensity, steady state, which means that I'm going to have, I believe, 3 sessions of 20 minutes of miss and 2 sessions of 30 minutes, but I'll have to double check on that, but that seems about accurate. So that's the plan for now. Go get your rest day if you're watching this, or maybe you can watch this while you do take a rest day. And I hope you all have a great day. Hey YouTube, happy Friday. I am just sitting here kind of reflecting on just the week and everything that is transpired and happened. Weight was steadily coming down. Woke up this morning 3.5 pounds heavier, and a lot of my clients have been asking me like, hey, how's prep going? Like, we're so excited for you, and I'm so grateful for that. But man, like, I have just been struggling. Like, I am so in my head, feeling like I'm not going to be ready, feeling like it's a waste of my time. I'm going to look like a fool up there. And, you know, this is something that we all deal with. I was watching that podcast that I was sharing with you guys, and like, no matter what age you are, no matter how much experience you have in this sport or experience coaching, you are probably going to get in your head. And that is just something like, that is facts. And so I just leaned into my coaches, leaned into my protocols. I'm planning at this very moment to follow through with the show. I don't see a reason not to. But it's just tough when my standard of what I think is stage lean and stage ready is not a standard for me. So like, I have no unit of measurement, so to speak. I have no reference point. I just have to go off of trust, and that's really, really difficult for me to do on my own, right? Like, all my friends are like, oh, you look stage lean, you look so good, but like, in my head, what is stage lean, what is good is far leaner than what I am right now. So I talked to my nurse practitioner today, who is a client on Fit Body Fusion and works with Jamie and Greg. And she was just like, hey, I just need to talk to you as a teammate and basically tell you, like, Jamie and Greg don't put people up on stage when they're not ready. And that's what I'm used to happening. So I'm just trusting that, you know, I've had a lot of really, really insightful and helpful conversations with other competitors just over the past month. And I really trust my coaches. I do. So we're doing the thing. I think we're officially 5 weeks out now. So this weekend, I don't really have much cardio. I got a head on it. So I'm just going to let my plantar fasciitis rest. I've been having some pain with that. It's about 4:45 on a Friday, so I'm gonna wrap this video up here and start to edit it. I've got some clients to onboard this weekend and I have an exam to take. But I hope you all have a fantastic week. I hope you guys are enjoying this prep series, and stay tuned for next week when we will be just 4 weeks out from NPC Nationals in Irving, Texas. All right, guys, be sure to like this video. I put a lot of time into editing these and getting them posted, so liking them allows the video to show up on other people's recommended video tab and spreads the word. Be sure to subscribe because it helps support me, and turn that notification bell so you don't forget to watch my videos every single weekend. I'll talk to you guys next week.